Hi, my name is Suyash, and I'm going to talk about my journey of discovering my queer self.
Hello, my name is Oliver and I'm a trans guy who just came back home from an epic trip to India. I spent 1 week traveling through Agra and Jaipur, visiting monuments and being mesmerized by monkeys, and then 1 week in Delhi where I met up with a bunch of cool queer people who share their stories with me and my camera.
I'm Suyash Srivastava. I am from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, India, and I recently moved to Delhi. I am exploring my career in fashion and textiles. I'm 26-year-old. I'm queer and I go by he or they.
Finding the correct words to describe their identity has really been a journey for Suyash.
It's been long since I've been exploring terminologies for myself. It's been like a little strange journey because I don't know if you're aware of this TV show Big Boss. So it's a reality show and a lot of drama. So one of the contestants in that show just came out wearing this t-shirt called "From Today I'm a Lesbian," and I think I was in class 10th at that time. This man wore a t-shirt saying "From today I'm a lesbian," and everybody was laughing and I didn't get the joke. So I asked my sister what's it about. She's like, the t-shirt says he's a lesbian. I was like, what is lesbian? I was in class 10th. I did not know what exactly is going on over here. So she's like, lesbian is opposite of gays. I'm like, what is gay? She's like, gays are men who are attracted to men. I was like, that was the point where I just kind of like, she continued talking further, but I sort of lost it. I zoned out and I was like, it's recognized enough to have a terminology, because earlier to that I also saw one of the contestants who was a bit effeminate, and I was like, oh, I relate to this person. Maybe someday I'll earn enough money so that I can buy my flight tickets and I could fly to them and shake hands with them. It's one of the rare people I see who's also effeminate and also very a strong personality. So I really wanted to meet them. At that time I was like, a person like this I would never see ever again. So that's how small I used to think gay world is, the world of queers is. I literally zoned out when my sister told that there's a terminology for something like this. Eventually I searched it on Google and I made a lot of friends. I started with Facebook. I started talking to a lot of people.
But still, it didn't feel like they had completely understood themselves yet.
At that time I was really confused because I was also, since very beginning, I was also attracted to women, and I did not understand what exactly that attraction is, but that was also there. And bisexuality was like, that's not a term till then. I got to know bisexuality when I was in, I think, after 3 years of all of this happening, and that whole phase was really confusing. I didn't understand how it is going, but I kept talking to a lot of men because I've talked to a lot of women earlier and like, okay, this is a new phase. So I started to identify myself as bisexual. Then bisexual became a really confusing definition for me. The pansexuality came in. And then eventually I was like, oh no, I probably am gay. I don't feel attraction to women anymore. It was earlier, maybe it was just a phase. It's never a phase, but I feel that it's very fluid, how and who I feel attracted to, and putting myself into a box is really difficult many a time. So that's why I just call myself queer. That's the safest word for me. If it's sexual orientation, queer. If it's gender, it's again queer, because I don't want to identify. I don't even want to say that I'm gender fluid. It's again, sometimes I'm really, I want to dress like a man or I want to dress like a woman. It's again very fluid. So gender fluid could be a term, but really I go by queer in that also. And queer is such a welcoming term. I love it. Love it so much. So yeah, that's why queer.
Suyash has also been a part of starting a support group for queers in their home city.
It was COVID lockdown time. Lucknow is a city where a lot of people work within the city, but the younger generation usually moves out to the places like Delhi and tier 1 cities where they get better job opportunities. So Usually Lucknow misses that, and lockdown brought everybody back. Everybody was in their hometown, and lockdown was really not a great time for a lot of queers, especially because locked in your houses you don't experience yourself as much, especially if you're discreet at home. This person called Raza, he posted something that we are trying to start a support group. Whosoever wants to join in, come. We are having a meeting at this place at this time. The first meeting had 9 people coming in, and we were like discussing what should a support group look like, and the whole meeting went like that, and we were really enthusiastic. And every Sunday we were having these meetings for 2 hours, and we were, for first 3 meetings, for first 3-4 meetings, we were just designing the support group, how it should work, and people kept coming in. We had 20 to 25 attendees regularly every Sunday.
And the support group meant a lot to Suyash personally.
We started the support group and all those things were happening, but this was the first time when I actually met queer people beyond any agenda of having hookup or dating them. Before that, I have only, if I've met people, either I've been talking to them on either of the dating apps, or there is an intention of, that tension of this may lead to something. I have had few friends who turned into friends after this dating scenario, but I've never had a scene where a lot of queers are sitting and discussing about our own issues, or discussing just being happy over there, because that was really overwhelming experience. And plus, it was my home city. I was in my home city after a really long time. After my college, I came back to my city, and I'm like, oh, I'm seeing so many queers here. I never thought that there'd be so many. So that was the first time, like, I really made a family over there.
And having this family to enjoy life with was very important during these difficult times.
We want to walk in like queens. We would put on a bit of jewelry, we would put on nail paints, we would bring poster colors. We'd do poster colors because we don't want to carry nail paints. Right outside that meeting group, we'll just do poster colors, we'll have funky days, we'll do this and that, we'll walk in, we'll sit together, we'll have nice time in that support group, we'll have sessions, awareness sessions and all those things. We were also organizing those things, but it was amazing time. And then while going back, we'd just wash it off, remove, get back to straight.
Suyash compares this to something they heard from their friend about Pride.
One of my friends, they wrote, the actual protest that happens is what happens after Pride. Everybody is dressed up. You walk out of that zone. Because at Pride, we are surrounded by queers. We have that back support. The moment we are walking in the metro, we are walking on strangers' street, it feels so. We are being looked at, This is the actual protest that we are doing, like, no, we will walk straight.
After COVID lockdown, Suyash moved to Delhi.
When I came to Delhi, I was looking for a place. I mean, it's a hectic job to find a place in Delhi to live. And right after that, Pride Month started. And Delhi happens to be such a welcoming space, such an engaging space, to be honest, because I never had a weekend free ever since then. All of my weekends are booked because there's this event happening, there's that event happening, I'm engaged with this thing or that thing, I'm going out with friends over there. And when it was a Pride Month and I was new in the city, I didn't know anybody. So I was like, I'm going to attend every event and I need to find friends because support group has left in Lucknow. I need to build support over here. So yeah, I started attending a lot of events and I made a lot of friends. Delhi has been really welcoming in that way. And obviously the moment I came into Delhi, I could openly wear a nail paint. I could sit however I want to. I could walk however I want to. I wore a skirt and I was walking on a CP. I was like, I have never done this. I was really scared, so I took my friend along with me. But I could do that, and I very, very casually showed that picture to my mom also. She doesn't understand so much. She thinks that I'm quite metrosexual maybe. That's why I wear nail paints, but she doesn't understand the idea of me being queer. metrosexual, or I'm into fashion, so I do weird stuff. That's all she understands. So I'll give her that space as long as it lasts. But I very casually showed that picture. Oh, I was walking in a in a skirt. She's like, "You've gone mad." I don't know what you're doing, but she just laughs at it. It's fun to do that. It's fun to tickle people's brain by wearing a skirt without any. I mean, have a beard and a skirt altogether. It'll tickle people's brain. They'll look at you 5 times. They'll turn back and look. They'll worry if their kids are also looking or not. I love to do that tickle to people.
Suyash also wants to share the story of one of their biggest supporters, their ex.
This person, Pragati, it's her birthday today. I dated her, and then I came out to her in the very 7th month. I was like, listen, I am attracted to boys also, and I think I'm hiding a huge part of me from you, so I really don't understand what's happening. She's like, do you like me? I was like, of course I do. And we continued the relationship for the next 2 years. I mean, like, we had issues later on, but not because of this. So we separated and became better friends. But she was my biggest support system. She has been my biggest support system. It's really important to find such a person. It's very, very important to find such a person who's just there. She just says the right thing at the right time, and she's just there. Similar to my sisters, they are another biggest support system, because it was 2020 Pride, and I was like, I've attended 2 Prides already. I'm not going to this Pride if I don't come out to my sisters also. And I could only take that pledge because they have been showing support on Instagram. Because this support group started, I had a lot of queer friends suddenly. One of them was a writer who wore a nose pin and posted a poem on Instagram, and I shared it on my sister very, very silently, she reshared it. I was like, she's being queer affirmative. I was like, that is the sweetest thing. That gave me a little courage to take this pledge. I was like, okay, I have to do this, or I'm not going to this 2021 Pride.
So they came out to their sisters at the morning of Pride, and they became big supporters.
So my sisters have been a great support. Pragati has been a great support. I'm really blessed to have this support system. That is the only reason that I'm moving ahead and exploring myself. Otherwise, I might have been quite discreet till date.
Finally, a message from Suyash to you if you're somewhere on the journey of discovering your queer self.
I mean, to any queer kid out there, all I say is going to move slow, for sure. And hurdles would be there, even if you come out or you don't. The hurdles would always be there. It's life, you will have hurdles. It's never going to be smooth, but it's going to be really amazing journey. Just stick around. The moment I came out, the world has really changed for me. My lifestyle has really changed. So yeah, it's amazing here. Come this way. That's what I'll say.
If you enjoyed watching that video, please like, comment, subscribe and share the video. I really appreciate you showing your love in that way. If you also want to support the channel financially, that's possible via Patreon, but really no pressure. See you next time!